Hey guys, it's me Kevin. Welcome to my next video. This video is actually gonna be kind of off today, being that I usually post on Mondays or Tuesdays or possibly Wednesdays. I'm just actually tell you the truth. I'm just working in my new snowball mic that I just got in the mail. This one, which so far I tested it a few times and it's really sounding 10 times better than the one I was using before. So yeah, I'm really stoked for that, and I'm also stoked for more Hobbit news, which I actually want to talk about today. Hobbit and a few things I want to touch on today, just because today's a lot looser day. But yeah, my name's Kevin Felix. This is my YouTube channel where I like to talk about movies, rumors, and I also do reviews of certain movies if I find they're worth to go see at the theater. Usually at my theater, it costs $25 to go see a movie. And popcorn and all that. And you have to forgive me. I'm actually getting off of a cold. Sorry. But yeah, just here to talk about. Actually, I'm gonna start off today with The Hobbit. Being that we obviously know, I actually just read last night, and it's probably been out for weeks, that a lot of characters such as Thor and Keely, and I think it was Evangeline Lilly's character Teriel, they may die in the upcoming. Actually, Thorin's been guaranteed to die, and that ends his line in the movie. Durin's line, whatever, for Erebor. If you watch The Hobbit or read the books, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm a big Hobbit fan, so I know the history. But yeah, it's gonna be very cool. Like I'm really bummed out that this is basically the last film we are probably going to get from Peter Jackson when it comes to Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. A lot of people are killing him, like, come on, do the samerillian. And it's like, it's not in his wheelhouse. It's not in his power to do that film, because being that book is still owned by the Tolkien estate. And yeah, so people were saying in San Diego, like I saw videos, and like, this lady is Button Lady. And she asked, I expect to be back here in 10 years' time when they do the samerillian. It's like, there's no chance of it. I'm sorry. As much as I am a biggest fan as ever, like, I have cast sign posters from 3 of the movies, Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, and then the Destination of Smaug. I have cast signed. As much as a huge fan as I am, I don't think they're ever gonna be made ever, like the samerillian. Like it could take literally 3 trilogies of movies to get through that. Like it could take a TV show last 35 seasons, like a long time. Which I'd be awesome to say, like, if Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit franchise is literally the only franchise I'd be happy to see go round and round and keep going no matter what. But as long as the story's good and the visual effects keep up, I could see those movies forever. Like, people were saying, why don't we see a post Return of the King film? Yeah, being that was a trilogy of films, why would they do that? Like, yes, it'd be awesome to see where Aragorn is, and see where, like, Legolas went, how Gimli went. Like, we know Gimli's background, being that he is the son of Gloin from the Hobbit films. So I would love to see more Ring movies, but I don't think we're ever gonna get them. Like, Peter Jackson probably hasn't or has not already said that, indirectly saying that samerillian is owned by the Tolkien estate. He can't go up there and buy it unless he obviously goes through them, and then he gets funded by his own money. Like, I don't know how they would do it. Being that Warner Brothers and Tolkien estate are not in a very good relationship right now. So when it comes to the money, and yeah, if you read it up, trust me, search Tolkien versus Warner Brothers, and you'll get a huge search of things up, saying what's wrong and how much Warner's supposedly owns the Tolkien estate. So yeah, it's as much as I would love to see more Ring movies, I don't think we're ever gonna get them. Like, it'd be awesome to see a post. I'll be the first one to sign a Return of the King post movie. Seeing what happened to all those characters. And people have talked about it, but it's so hard that they would still have to work on the foundations of the books, because I don't think any director, no matter who it was, even Steven Spielberg, wouldn't be able to wrap around a good story. It's like, okay, what other evil is there in the world? Like, they killed Sauron, and that's it. Like, like they say at the end of the Return of the King, I think that scene where they shoot the boats out, saying, you know, it's time for the dominion of men, and Galadriel, the character, said that, and you know, leaving with Elrond and Gandalf to go to the Undying Land. So there's stories there to tell, but I don't think there's anything that's really gonna be action army based, like being that they Gondor and Rohan's armies pretty much got destroyed in the fight of the Pelennor Fields. So I'm such a Lord of the Rings fan. I know a lot of this stuff, but yeah, it'd be really hard. They would have to base it maybe 20 years later or 10 years later or something like that, where his son is born. He, you know, there is some storyline where his son takes on a big quest, like, you know. I think it's the only reason why the Hobbit films haven't been nominated at all. I think maybe the Desolation of Smaug was at one or two of the award events. I don't know. The Oscars. All I remember is the Oscars for the Return of the King, but nothing's been nominated heavily for the Oscars for the Hobbit films. Just because it's basically the same film with a big group where they go on a big journey, and I think it's kind of like the Hobbit books are basically what we didn't get in Lord of the Rings, where we did not see huge armies of dwarves. We did not see the huge army of elves like we did in the epilogue of the Fellowship of the Ring. So yeah, it's really great that we're gonna see now the other section where no, it's not gonna be Gondor. It's gonna be the other two kingdoms, which is Mirkwood, Erebor, and then whatever Sauron has going for his army. Like, it's gonna be such a battle. I'm just so afraid that we'll never see any more Ring movies, just being how Warner has possibly mistreated the Tolkien estate by owing them so much money. But yeah, that's just where I am with the Tolkien estate. Like I've read part of the Samerillion, and it's such a large book, and it's such a even possibly more complex. It's almost like a God movie where these beings created Middle Earth, and they could show Sauron leaving them and being and shooting off into Middle Earth, where he's a Dark Lord, and he starts killing people, and what he does in the Samerillion, which he attempts to enslave the people of Middle Earth, which doesn't obviously happen, but he's still it'd be an awesome storyline, but none of the original cast could come back. None. Like, they could, at the very last film of the Samerillion, they could have a hint of Gandalf. That's the best I could ever think of. But yeah, it'd be very hard, and I think Peter Jackson is done. I think if one director sits on one property too long, then a lot of the whole idea making is kind of gone out the window. It starts to yes. You know what I'm talking about. It starts to go a little bit. He's trying to make a story around this every time, and he's had the books to work off, Peter Jackson. So I think that's the only reason why he stayed with this franchise, because they're books. So he doesn't have to create the whole foundation. Yes, he does. The book creates a foundation, and he works around it. So. But just like not Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider-Man franchise with Sam Raimi, a lot of people were hated the third film because it was Mary Jane Watson being saved. The second film was Mary Jane Watson. The first one was Mary Jane Watson. Like, you can't play the same fiddle and just change maybe one string each time. And I didn't even feel like he changed anything. So that's why I say Peter Jackson. Maybe that franchise or Peter Jackson, whatever is there, like he's the only exception I would make, because he's been able to make these films completely different, like obviously the same but the different kind of thing. That's why I love The Hobbit so much. Those films are so good. Can't wait to see the Battle of Five Armies, like we all want to. But yeah, I don't think Samerillion's even possible. Okay. How about you scratch out what I just said? I think it's possible, but it's gonna take a long time for the Tolkien estate to let the rights to it go. Like, I don't think even Peter Jackson's gonna be around long enough. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Being that I am such a big fan of Peter Jackson, I love what he's done, but facts say straight when it's like he said at Tolkien, what Peter Jackson said. At San Diego, like he said, He was asked a question about samerillian, and he says, I don't think that property is gonna go anywhere soon, and that's the truth. And maybe if the samerillian was Warner Brothers made an agreement to take a samerillion. I think Peter Jackson would produce mandatorily, like he would be there no matter what, but he would not be directing like The Hobbit. Guillermo del Toro, I can't get his name right. He used to do the direct The Hobbit films, and he had to go away because it took so long to get the whole fiasco to get The Hobbit going. So yeah, I love those films, but like I don't think there's anywhere else to go with them. Other than obviously there was enough foundation to build a story for more sequels, but is it really worth? Like, if you screw up one film, that last film, like, obviously they still have the trilogy, but if they do a post-Return of the King film, it has to be good. Like, it has to be that high. Like, I don't know. It'd be a lost cause to try to make more films if you really can't make it look as good as the previous ones. But yeah, that's where I am on this. I'm hoping this mic is getting all of this. Like, I'm hoping it is, but that's just where I am with this. Like, the Lord of the Rings is pretty much my Bible of all sorts. Like, I don't, I'm an agnostic atheist, and I don't really believe in anything much other than what I've read. And Lord of the Rings, I remember reading those books when I was younger. I read through I'd fall asleep reading through the Two Towers. Like, I thought those books are some of the top 3 biggest books that I've ever read in my life. Up to this point where I'm 22, but I could read better books later. But so Lord of the Rings made my life quite a bit. Like, it's those films are my Bible, and it's like I think you can learn a lot from those books, about society and trust, and being a fight for each other in a time of hardship. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's probably gonna be pretty short, but I just wanted to see how this mic did. But I hope you like this rant about The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings and the whole franchise as a whole. But yeah, my next video will be on Monday or Tuesday. Like I said, I'll post a little ad saying what I'll be talking about. So yeah. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it somewhere down there. If you disliked it, then same way, it's right beside it. And if you like it a lot, then I do make a lot of these videos, and I may be doing more of these kind of lucid videos, being that I have a new mic, and then I don't have to be too worried about how it's gonna sound now at this point. If you liked it a lot, please subscribe. Like, you're welcome to subscribe. I love taking feedback too. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. My name's Kevin Felix, and I hope you have a very good day, and I'll be back on Monday or Tuesday or some point after that.